Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for being here. My name is Andrew, coming to you from beautiful Costa Rica. Today's topic is going to be, why does the narcissist need supply? Think about that for a minute. Guys, if you like the content, please subscribe. So we're going to jump right into this. Why does the narcissist need supply? The narcissist needs many things, of which supply is the number one thing they need to regulate themselves. It's to help them maintain a balance, an equilibrium, if you will. Consider you a healthy individual. You can regulate, which means that if things don't go your way, let's say that something maybe not so good happens to you, you can process it in a healthy fashion. Maybe you'll be upset for a while, but you'll understand that these things pass and it's okay, and not every day is going to be puppies and rainbows, and the days aren't linear. You can understand this. The narcissist can't do that. They believe, they're thinking that everything must go perfectly according to script, the way that they write things, the way that they perceive things. Things need to be perfect in the narcissist mind. That's exactly why they use, abuse, and manipulate people, because they don't have the ability to introspect or the empathy or love that you have. They don't ever put themselves in another human being's shoes and say, wow, I wonder what that's like. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. That was not nice of me. That was extremely harsh or difficult, and I didn't treat them properly. They won't do that. They're incapable of doing that. What the narcissist does is they see themselves as being superior to everybody. And in order to maintain that, they need to regulate. Basically, they need to deny any wrongdoings, any guilt, any admissions of fault, or anything, any blame. They just project it. They just blame it on other people, or rearrange the way they see things. They reframe events and times and places and people. So I want to stay on track here. Why does the narcissist need supply? They need supply, which is a human being most times, but not always. They need supply to make themselves feel better, to make themselves feel like they mean something, that they're worth something, that they have value, that they exist, is probably the best way to say it. So bear in mind, the narcissist always needs supply, like whether it be on a cell phone, a text, an app, social media, a person sitting next to them, people in the vicinity. They need someone to validate them, to make them feel like they actually do matter. Now you may say, Andrew, what are you talking about? The narcissist I was with was belligerent and mean, and all they cared about was themselves. That's all true. I believe you. It's my experience as well. But you see, they need people to be able to put those people down and to make those people feel less than, and invalidate them and gaslight them. Basically, they need people to control, and that is called supply. It's how the narcissist regulates themselves. It's how the narcissist makes themselves feel better. And you may say, well, Andrew, what exactly does that mean? What that means is this. You as a healthy individual, again, if you have good days or bad days, you can understand, wow, okay, everything's not perfect all the time, and I had a great week last week and today isn't going the best. It's okay. It's fine. And you'll process it, and you'll think, okay, no problem. I'll work on this. Whatever maybe isn't going right for you today, you'll figure out it's just a passing thing, or you'll process it and you'll figure out how to deal with it, how to cope with it, how to handle it. More importantly, how to grow and learn from it. That's what you will do. The narcissist won't do this. The narcissist will bully their way into submission of people, places, events, situations, anything. The narcissist, they're basically like a bully. If they don't get their way, it's their way or the highway. That's how the narcissist lives. So they need supply. They need people to control in any way they can. A good reaction out of them or a poor reaction. And remember, on this channel, we educate ourselves. We don't react anymore. We respond. Remember that. It's very important. Always respond. Don't react. It's extremely important, especially when dealing with a narcissist. But actually, that's how you should be in your life anyway. Because when someone's asking you something or you're processing something, you shouldn't just quickly be like, yeah, that's right, got it. No, you should be like, all right, give me a moment. Let me think about this. Yes, I think the answer is that. That sounds good. Let's do that. That's how you need to be, because that gives you control and it empowers you. But getting back on track, why does the narcissist need supply? They need people around them. Anybody, family members, strangers, people on a bus, a plane, in a classroom, in an Uber car, whomever, to control, to make themselves feel better. And the narcissist, you will notice, will do many things, but they will never apologize. They will never say, hey, I'm sorry. I was wrong. It was my fault. Can you forgive me? Can we sit down and talk about this? I made a mistake. You're not going to get that from a narcissist. And if you really think about what I just mentioned, it's true. If you are fortunate enough to get an apology or a "I'm sorry" or "I was wrong" from a narcissist, I can assure you it's not heartfelt, it's not genuine, and there's something behind that reply, meaning they want something from you, because the narcissist never believes they're wrong. Again, I'm gonna say this. Think about the political arena, wherever you are, whatever country you're in. Do the politicians ever admit they were wrong? Do they ever get in front of the public and say, "Oh my gosh, I was wrong. I made a poor decision. I'm going to correct that"? Of course they don't. And why? Because there's a very good chance they're a narcissist. And yes, I mean that. But let's say, for example, they're not a narcissist. The 1 in 100 politicians that is not a narcissist, they're not going to do it. They just won't do it. They're not going to say, "Okay, well, I made a mistake. I'm sorry." It's just not going to happen. Whereas the whole world sees clearly that they made a mistake and we shouldn't be headed in this direction or whatever. They were not going to do it. So the narcissist that we're discussing here, which I'm certain is in your past now, and they should be, or maybe you're still trying to work out how to get through the narcissistic relationship, and for that, I give you a big hug. You will figure it out. Stay here on the channel and many other channels to become educated. But they need supply. They need people to manipulate, to control, to destroy, to invalidate, to make those people feel less than, to make those people question themselves and second guess themselves, like, am I right? Like, I mean, I was always perfect. I was always fine before the narcissist. I had no issues making decisions or solving situations. But now, every time I seem to do that, I'm questioned, or it's the wrong thing, or I don't know what to do anymore. I'm caught, I'm lost, I'm in the fog. These are kind of things that you know. If you're feeling this way, you are most likely in a narcissistic relationship. And you may say, well, how does that happen, Andrew? It happens because you're with a narcissist. Keep in mind, they're never going to agree with you. They're never going to say you were right. They're never going to say, "Great idea, I love that idea, let's do that." No. They're going to take that idea for themselves, reframe it, reshape it, come back and present it to you as if it's their own, or completely ignore you and use your idea and again present it as it's their own. Why? To make you feel bad, to make you feel like your ideas are worthless, to invalidate you. That's how the narcissist survives. So the supply that the narcissist needs, it's basically your oxygen. It's how you breathe. Of course, the narcissist is a human being and they need oxygen to survive and to breathe also. But whereas the way you're built, your empathy and your introspection and your ability to place yourself in another human being's shoes and maybe say like, wow, that person just cut me off on the freeway. And instead of being upset with them and being mad, like, oh my God, I'm so mad. Maybe you take a moment and say to yourself, okay, they cut me off. It's not a big deal. It's fine. Maybe they're in a rush to go to the hospital. Maybe they just got an emergency call and they have to drive like a crazy person to get where they're going. But either way, it's done. It's over with. And you process it. The narcissist can't do that. They'll have a rage fit. Oh, you got to be kidding me. They're going to get there before me. They cut me off. How dares this happen? This isn't right. Things like that. They will do things like that. And they will be unable to let them go for a while because they can't regulate. They can't say to themselves, wow, maybe that person was in a rush. No, they can't. What they're doing is saying, how dare they get in front of me? I should be in front of them. I'm not going to let them in. Things like that. So the narcissist, they need supply. Remember, the narcissist can get supply from many different ways. Social media on the cell phone or a phone call, Zoom, just from a chance encounter in the grocery store. Like, let's pretend that they're buying groceries again and the clerk, and maybe the clerk rang something up improperly or something happened. The narcissist could have a rage fit there. Or maybe they just demean the clerk for having the job that they have, which is complete nonsense because that person's working their tail off just like anybody else. We should be polite and respectful to each and every individual, no matter what their occupation is. But the narcissist feels they're superior. They certainly feel they're superior to you whenever you are in the relationship or if you're in it right now. I can assure you that. And it's no different with any other person. Frequently on the channel, we mention airplanes. So let's again just give you this analogy quickly. You're on an airplane, you're traveling 5 hours from wherever to wherever. Everything's going well, and all of a sudden there's a meltdown. Someone's having a meltdown on the airplane, and you're like, what is this? Everything was going fine. I was sleeping, or I was reading a book, or I was watching one of Andrew's videos, which would be great if you are. And then you're like, what is it? There's a great chance that that's a narcissist, and the plane ride's going too well. It's going too smoothly, and they just need to cause an issue, cause drama, cause a problem. Why? Because they feel they're better than everybody on the plane, including the captain or the pilot, the stewardess people, the person they're sitting next to, everybody. These are entitled people, people that believe that they are better than everybody. And when the person on the airplane has the rage fit or the meltdown, or they're belligerent, that is a person in an enclosed area, which in this case is an airplane, and they're getting supply virtually from the whole airplane. And they don't care how people look at them. Think about that for a moment. They don't care, like, wow, I'm actually embarrassing myself. I shouldn't behave this way. They think the opposite. They think wow, I'm getting all this attention and everyone's giving me all this credit. I must really have control over everybody on this airplane. It's what they're thinking. And it happens more than you would believe. Happens on buses, happens at sporting events. I don't watch sports or any of these things anymore, but if you watch a sporting event, Team A and Team B are playing, and maybe someone gets a little upset in the stands, there could be many reasons for that, including maybe people are drinking alcohol or silly things like that. But the point is, a lot of times people just need attention. You know where you notice this a lot is NBA basketball games. The people are courtside that think that they're so special because they have the big money to get those tickets. In real life, who cares? You can watch the game for free on TV. But my point is, the narcissist needs attention. They need supply, they need control, they need to be able to manipulate people. And if you replay those examples I just mentioned to you, it's exactly what happens. So the goal, remember, with the narcissist in any capacity is not give them supply. Remember, we want to respond, not react. We've already reacted during the narcissistic relationship. We've learned now we don't react because a reaction is what the narcissist wants. We don't do that anymore. We do not provide supply for the narcissist. What we do, go about our merry way, continue to learn, grow, educate ourselves, and maybe teach people. But most importantly, we stay within ourselves. We stay calm, composed, and we know how to behave and how to handle ourselves like we always did. The key to disarming or dismantling a narcissist when they're trying to get a rise out of you or trying to wind you up or get supply is probably the best way to say it, because that's what this video is about. Either go gray rock or just don't give them a reaction. Respond quickly and briefly, like, I didn't mean quickly, respond briefly, like, sorry you feel that way. I understand. Sure, sounds good. Things like that. And they'll be like, what is this? And when you do that, you actually take the control over the conversation back from the narcissist, and you are now empowered. And they're like, what is this? I'm not used to this. This person, I'm used to actually getting whatever I want from them, and I'm used to ruining their day. Controlling them and manipulating them. This isn't the person I know. And that's when you've won. That's when you get the control, and that's when you're like, I did it. I got this. Trust me, guys, that's how it works. So why does a narcissist need supply? It's for no other reason than to regulate, to make themselves feel superior, to make them feel like they matter on this planet and that they're worth something. Remember this, before I do close the video, and I will in a moment, that you as a healthy individual, a beautiful, bright light, you take things, good and bad, but you're always learning, you're always educating yourself, and you're always moving forward. You don't just say, okay, I made a mistake or something went wrong and whatever, I'll repeat it tomorrow. No, you don't do that. We don't do that. What we do is we learn from our mistakes, hoping to not duplicate them or hoping that we don't make the same mistakes again. The narcissist doesn't do this. They don't care. They're bullies, they're cowards, they're babies. They'll just steamroll over anybody that gives them the opportunity. And I mean anybody. Guys, I hope you liked the video. I loved doing it from beautiful Costa Rica. This is Andrew. God bless you. Namaste. Have a great afternoon. I am going to go in my beautiful pool right now and meditate and have an amazing afternoon. I'll create another video for you later tonight. God bless you. Stay strong. I love you all. Remember, we respond, we do not react. And the narcissist gets no more supply from us. Nothing. They can look for it elsewhere. I love you. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.